Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us today on this NEWSMAKERS. And let's keep up the time. People will surely join us, but let's get started. Now, very formally, let me invite Dr. Tousif Khan and Dr. Pandey, who very graciously accepted today to do this show for us. And thank you once again, both of you. The floor is all yours to take it forward. Thank you.
So, a very good evening to all of you. We would like to thank everyone who is present over this online Zoom platform for attending the session of NEWSMAKERS series conducted by SRM University, Andhra Pradesh, where we share the experience, thoughts, knowledge, ideas, and the entire process of achieving certain remarkable goals by our colleagues from SRM University, Andhra Pradesh in certain fields. Additionally, we would like to thank the entire higher authorities of SRM University, Andhra Pradesh, including the President, Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Registrar, Deputy Registrar, Deans, and all the directors and department HODs of SRM University AP for permitting us to conduct such nice sessions, which will be surely helpful to all the students of SRM University, Andhra Pradesh, as well as the students community of the entire country. In addition, on my personal behalf, I would like to thank our Assistant Director, Students Affairs, Ms. Revati Balakrishnan, for providing me an opportunity to be a part of such a wonderful series of sessions conducted by SRM University, Andhra Pradesh. I am Dr. Pandey, Assistant Professor in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, SRM University AP, and today I am in conversation with my colleague, Dr. Tousif Khan, who is currently working as an Assistant Professor in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering at SRM University AP. Today, the topic of conversation is about the journey of Dr. Tousif Khan on being selected for the prestigious APJ Abdul Kalam Memorial International Travel Award. First of all, we congratulate Dr. Tousif on achieving such a prestigious award, which is really a matter of pride for a young researcher in our country. And we would like to explore the research areas and future research projects over which currently Dr. Tousif is working. Therefore, without any further delay, I would like to direct all of you towards Dr. Tousif, where he will answer a set of important queries asked by me, which will be surely helpful for all of us to get few ideas which can also can be applied and utilized along with our strengths toward achieving certain remarkable goals in the field of science and technology. Therefore, now we are moving towards Dr. Tousif. Congratulations, Dr. Tousif, for getting such a prestigious APJ Abdul Kalam Memorial International Travel Award.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Pandeyji, for your wholehearted welcome. And I would like to also thank Madam Revati for having organized this interaction meet.
So,
thank you.
So for our audience to know your basic background, I would like to ask your education, specialization, and your current positions in the SRM University, Andhra Pradesh.
Okay, Dr. Pandey, I'm a native of Bangalore city. I graduated from Oxford College of Engineering in the Bangalore in the specialization of electrical and electronics engineering. Thereafter, I did my postdoctoral studies in power electronics from NIT Tirunelveli in Tamil Nadu. And then I moved on to pursue a PhD program from IIT Guwahati in the discipline of control engineering. And since 2017, for the past 3 years, I am associated with SRM University. And I am a faculty member in the Department of EEE. And I'm also working as a department head in charge in the departmental activities.
Very nice, very nice. I hope that now the audience are able to understand the basic background and current positions of Dr. Tousif. Coming to this prestigious award, I would like to ask Dr. Tousif to give a brief introduction about APJ Abdul Kalam Memorial International Travel Award. It will be very nice if you can introduce the history of this award. What was the motivation behind applying for this award, and when you applied for this award? Subsequently, please elaborate on the impact of this award and why one should go to apply for this award. So I'm asking multiple questions at a time, but in a brief manner, you can give a detailed information for the APJ Abdul Kalam Memorial International Travel Award.
Sure, Dr. Pandey. This award by name APJ Abdul Kalam International Memorial Travel Grant Award is given by Automatic Control and Dynamical Optimization Society, in short ACDOS, which is the national chapter of International Federation of Automatic Control. So as I said, my discipline, my area of work is well within the electrical and electronics engineering, and to be more specific, it is the control engineering. So this award was constituted around 3 to 4 years back by the ACDOS Society, which is again represents IFAC Society in India. And the award the applicants and the candidates who apply for the award are being judged by various professors of IITs and ISC Bangalore, and thereafter the award is conferred. So I'd like to also mention that the Society of ACDOS, that is ACDOS, confers this award to 2 faculty members and 3 students in a span of for every 3 years. And I would like to make a mention of a prestigious conference, which is known as IFAC World Congress, World's Control Congress Conference, which was recently held in the last week in Germany. Now, for which one of my papers on adaptive control of DC-DC converters got accepted. And I was supposed to be there and present my research findings with the other scientists and researchers globally. But unfortunately, due to the prevailing COVID situation, the conference was made purely virtual, one of its own kind, and then we were interacting over the other researchers over web and presenting our papers. So selected authors, based on their work, the authors were selected, and the award was, award will be conferred to those selected authors, and I'm fortunate to be one of those. And I thank the ACDOS Society and the chairman, Professor Ravi Gudi of IIT Bombay, for having selected my candidature.
Very nice, very nice. So I think that we are having some of your pictures, and I hope they are from that conference which you have attended. So I just want to share with our audience that the picture, I think most probably I'm able to share that particular picture itself right now.
Okay.
So I hope this is the conference where you have presented your work, or it is?
No, this was 3 years back in the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign in USA, when another paper of mine got accepted, and I was there to present my paper on a similar topic, but with a unique idea of control methodology in USA. And this was held in 2017 in the month of February.
Okay. Very nice, very nice. So I think since a long time, like you are exploring the international travels and all for presenting your research work.
Yes, I mean, PhD gave me an opportunity to explore globally in terms of research, in terms of finding the new fields in order to work and serve humanity. I have been doing it, and of course, PhD is the first stepping stone towards research, and I'm continuing to do the same.
Yes. It sounds very nice. And as we have understood that what is this award which you have achieved, and it is really a matter of great pleasure for us, for SRM University. So now in the series of questions, now can you elaborate on what way would this award help the students in their career?
Yes, Dr. Pandey, as I mentioned, students can also apply for such an award who are particularly working in the field of control systems. And some 3 to 4 students would be selected. And obviously, when a student gets such a recognition from a reputed society such as AC does, and that gets reflected in their curriculum with their CV. And definitely when they appear for the placement interviews or when they look forward for the higher education in reputed universities either in India or abroad, that is something which is going to be an eye-catchy for the observer as well. So I would definitely recommend for the students to look for such a kind of distinguished awards and then to compete for such awards, and I also wish that they win such awards so that it gives them an edge over other students who are competing along with them.
Thank you, Dr. Tousif. And what explanation you have given, a very good clarifications. So now I can understand that this award is also allowed to the students to apply for this, and they can also get benefited, right?
Right. You're very right.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Thanks, Dr. Tousif. And it would be nice if you can tell us that any student can apply for this award, or is it only for a particular branch?
It is not for a particular branch. As I said, this is a control engineering discipline specific award for which students of electrical engineering, electronics engineering, mechanical engineering, or even chemical engineering, even from biotech engineering can be applied where there's a control aspect to it. So as I mentioned little earlier, that this prestigious conference, World's Control Conference, is organized once in every 3 years. And if your research work happens to get selected there, which is again a congregation of around 4 to 5,000 controlled scientists around the globe, happens in a span of 3 years duration. So if you happen to be one of those distinguished authors, then the society calls for the nominations and you have to nominate yourself along with a couple of recommendations, and then the society decides. And if you are lucky and if you are well deserving, then you get it.
Very nice, very nice. So I would like to request to all the audience students, uh, they can approach to Dr. Tousif for getting more information about this award, and they can also ask if they are having some queries with respect to this, because this is very prestigious award, and the young researcher of this country are like keen to apply and get this award. So whenever you are getting opportunity to contact with Dr. Tousif, please be in contact and try to get as much as information as possible. So this is a platform where you can understand the thought process and why we should apply for this travel grant, and what is the value of this travel grant, and to whom this travel grant is provided. So for this sake, we are here, and at the end of this session, the students can also ask their queries to Dr. Tousif. So
Sure.
thank you very much, Dr. Tousif. Now, it would be nice further if you can explain that how electrical and electronics department helps the student to think about research awards at Global Outlook.
Again, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity where I can share some of the, the ways and means by which a student can explore towards obtaining such awards and accolades. So, Dr. Pandey, as you know, in SRM University, we have electrical and electronics department, wherein the curriculum, the kind of tailored curriculum that we have made, we have included around 10% of the total credits out of 162 credits. The total of 10% is purely awarded for the research-based or project-based activity. Right in the second year of their undergraduate program of BTech EEE, students will have the opportunity to work on some of the cutting-edge problems of electrical engineering or even electronics engineering, along with some other interdisciplinary areas. And then thereafter, they will again be provided such an opportunity again when they come to the sixth semester. And similarly, when they come to the finally in the eighth semester, one complete semester comprising of 4 months duration is allotted just for the project work to either work with the faculty members of SRM University or with the faculty members of IITs or maybe foreign universities, or even to work with the faculty industrialists of who are working in the respective areas. So it is a comprehensive experience and exposure which we are trying to provide it to the students, so that they become well capable and well equipped when they leave the campus, and then also they should be industry ready, and they should be ready to pursue their higher studies, maybe master's program or their doctoral program, or maybe towards the path of becoming a scientist or a researcher. So this is a unique aspect of the curriculum that we are trying to impart in our department of WSRB.
Thank you, Dr. Tousif, for answering this question. And now I can understand that the audience who are student right now, they can understand that at what level this SRM University is working with respect to research progress, and what quality of faculty we are having who are guiding to the students to getting a great level of research and great level of scholarship and other benefits. So thank you, Dr. Tousif, for answering my previous question. Now, what is the speciality of SRM University Andhra Pradesh with respect to these kinds of mentoring to the students?
Yes, Dr. Pandey, as I said, the curriculum is the first and foremost unique feature of SRM University as a whole, where we are consulting the industrialist, and we are also keeping in mind the upcoming industry scenario, the manufacturing sector scenario, and also the other academic scenarios before framing the curriculum. So here we have flexible credit systems wherein the students will be able to select major, minor specializations in various disciplines. Just to give you an example, a student of BTech electrical engineering can undergo a minor in economics, or he can undergo a minor in finance, which is a very good and which is a very viable option for the industry personnel to look forward to. Similarly, a student can also undertake a minor in computer science, and even within computer science, a student can undertake a core minor in IoT or data science, or even robotics kind of a disciplines, where they become industry ready even before they leave the campus and when they're about to graduate. So this is the first and foremost uniqueness that I would like to convey. The second uniqueness that we have, undoubtedly, the kind of faculty that we have in the campus and the kind of faculty profile. As you can see, we are a research-based university. The kind of research that we do in the laboratory is definitely going to impact our teaching in the classroom. So this is the another major point that is to be remembered, that whatever achievements that we are going to have as a faculty members will be definitely shared with the students in form of guiding a certain projects in the BTech program, or guiding a certain thesis in the PhD program, and so on and so forth. So these are the couple of points that I can recall, which will distinguish our university perhaps to the other universities. And also, Dr. Pandey, I would also like to make a mention of state-of-the-art laboratories that the department is planning to develop. One such laboratory, one such laboratory is of control systems lab, which has been developed by National Instruments, which is based out of USA, and in association with SRM University AB. Similarly, we have advanced control systems laboratory, and then we are also in the pursuit of developing integrated machines and drive system laboratory. Or I can say this in short as a e-mobility laboratory, which will be developed by Rockwell, a leading manufacturer, a leading industry. You must be aware. So the Rockwell Automation Limited, along with Kirloskar and National Instrument USA. So this is a kind of practical exposure that we are trying to provide it to the students. For the every bit of theory that they study in the classroom, we want them to undergo a physical realization in the laboratory for the same set of concepts. So this is another unique feature that I can think of when it comes to SRM scaling.
Very nice, Dr. Tousif. So I will also request to all the students who ever getting interest in the what the directions, what the domains, what the areas of the research Dr. Tousif is telling to us. If you are willing to ask us some questions, you can raise your hands and we will pick you and you can further proceed with your questions. So
Dr. Pandey, I just forgot to mention another important feature.
Yeah.
In BTechs, we have something called as specializations. For example, in electrical and electronics engineering, we are offering a BTech degree in e-mobility, that is electrical vehicles domain, wherein students will be those students who are looking forward for automobile industry. As you know, there are predictions that in upcoming 10 to 15 years, around 20 to 25% of the automobile industry is completely going to be revamped, and it is either going to be a hybrid electric vehicles or it will be electric vehicles. Of course, lithium ion batteries fed will be the powering scheme for these automobiles. But then the e-mobility is one of the rising sectors that we have kept in mind in order to design the specialization. And also, Dr. Pandey, the total installed capacity of India as on today is 370, around 370 gigawatts. And out of which, of course, the majority part is of the thermal. And in addition to that, the government of India has ambitious plan to add another 170 gigawatt or 175 gigawatt of power, out of which the 100 gigawatt exclusively is going to be in the is going to be of the solar power. And the rest, 60 to 50 to 60 gigawatt, is going to be of the wind power and other types of renewable energy sources. So we need engineers, we need technicians who will be able to integrate this unconventional, non-conventional kind of sources of energy, such as solar and wind, with the other kind of conventional sources, and so that we have a dynamic grid. In short, we call it as a smart grid. And also, we have heard about the government initiatives about smart city, wherein the smart grid is going to play a vital role. So we are aiming to train engineers in these directions of e-mobility, smart grid, and also control and automation, because every industry has this element of control and automation where the students should be well capable enough to deal the dynamic situations in the industry. So we have specializations in these three disciplines.
Very nice, very nice. So, as a signal processing and communication researcher, I can also incorporate something that currently some research parallelly is also going on green communication. So, there also, like we as a researcher try to minimize the consumption of the power over the communication channels. So,
True, because these are very interdisciplinary fields. For example, if I can go back to electric vehicle, if you take an electric car, it is an amalgamation of electrical engineering, electronics engineering, mechanical engineering, communication engineering, along with computer science engineering, and also the design engineering. So these are all interdisciplinary areas where a person working should be well equipped and well trained. So this is the kind of exposure, a very all-round, a versatile exposure, that is what we are trying to provide.
Yeah, very true, very true. So right now, I also know some of the fellows in IIT Madras who are also working on the similar lines. But we, as a SRM University, we are doing a great job in this context, because we are looking the future and we are trying to move towards electric vehicles, and it is a very
yes. You also gave me another opportunity to acknowledge the services of Professor Shastri Vedula. He is a distinguished visiting professor in SRM University, and he was a former professor in IIT Madras, and he was the person responsible for developing power electronics laboratory in Iota State University, and also he has just contributed to some laboratories in development in National University of Singapore, NEWS. So under mentoring of such professors, we are trying to impart a quality education and also lead a research path so as to benefit both the faculty members and the students and to the society at large.
Very nice, very nice. So thank you, Dr. Tousif, for my previous question, and for a better understanding to the student audience, it would be nice if you can elaborate on the question that does this award have an impact on the research? By the way, this is a very conventional question, but for a better understanding for the students, I just want to ask from you.
Yes, sir. I understand that such kinds of awards are there in almost every other field, and a person working in computer science should look forward to maybe awards by ACM Society, or a person working in the field of electronics should look forward for awards in the field of maybe from IEEE or IET such societies. So these are all very prestigious societies. You become a member, you become a fellow, you become a the senior member in such societies, and you get associated with them so as to get the day-to-day or updated information in the way the technology is going forward. So this will have the following benefits. First of all, you're going to have a very good connectivity or networking among your peers, and this is definitely going to encourage you for your future prospects, and you will be getting noticed among the leading industrialists or leading academicians, which may in turn open paths for you to explore your life in a much greater way.
Very nice. So thank you, Dr. Tousif, once again. And to understand the value of this award, because most of the audience are not aware about this award and what is the value of this award. So please tell us that how do these awards help the profile of an individual?
Yeah, so as I said even before, a student or a faculty member must be in pursuit of such awards so that they get an opportunity to compete with their peers. So when they compete, in the process of competing, they evolve themselves. So they enhance their technical capabilities and they evolve their scientific capabilities. So even if they lose, there's nothing to worry about. So it's all about competing with the well accomplished researchers and the scientists so that inherently you build up your capabilities on your own and you have your own solid positions in the field that you work for.
So I hope that this is clear to all of the students that this is a well motivated statement by Dr. Tousif that we should always be motivated towards our research, which will definitely going to enhance our strength in each and individual aspect. So thank you, Dr. Tousif, for my answering my previous question. Now, I just want to know from you, what are the difficulties or challenges faced by you during this achievement?
So if I have to talk about technical difficulties, then yes, you need to work in the laboratory, both on the simulation platform, software platform, as well as the hardware platform. So the title on which I worked, it was the title for which and the paper for which my candidature got selected for the award is adaptive control of DC-DC converters. So basically, these are power converters where a certain level of DC output voltage will be manipulated with respect to the load and with respect to the output voltage requirements. But at the same time, we have to make sure that any disturbance that is disturbing, influencing the system, does not have any impact on your output quantity. That can be in voltage, that can be a current. So that was the challenging scenario. And the conventional methods are PID controllers, and you have the conventional ways of even tuning the PID controllers. But then developing an online intelligent adaptive controller is what was the challenging task. Of course, the scripts, the controller can be designed using the mathematical model, using differential equations, and then thereafter using nonlinear control theory, you can design the controller. And then this has to be implemented in the software platform, perhaps even by using softwares like MATLAB or Scilab or maybe some other, or even kind of a LabVIEW softwares. And thereafter, once you develop the software model of it, you'll have to implement on the physical platform. You'll have to realize it experimentally so as to guarantee whatever you're proposing theoretically and whatever you're proposing on the simulation platform does actually work in reality. This is very important. The research has to first cross these two phases and then come to the phase of laboratory. And finally, the research has to come to it has to see the day of the light of the day so that it is of use for the common human beings.
Very nice. So I think students, audience can understand that these awards, what has been achieved by Dr. Tousif, that is not a very easy task, and you have to do a lot of simulations, you have to do real-time implementation, you have to show your research capability in front of a panel, and they will judge you, and accordingly they will award this, they will give you this award. So but it is you can also see that if the students are well motivated and also faculty colleagues are well motivated, then they can show their research capabilities and they can also get this award, and it is just a matter of hard work and sincerity. So
Very true.
thank you, Dr. Tousif. And now I would like to ask you about the uniqueness of the electrical and electronics engineering department in terms of faculty, upcoming laboratories, invited lectures, and board of studies meet.
Yes, Dr. Pandey, again, thanks for giving me an opportunity to talk about my distinguished colleagues. So in the department, we have faculty members who have doctoral, postdoctoral work experience from both India and abroad. So one such faculty member is by name Dr. Somesh Vinayak Tiwari. He works in the area of high voltage engineering, and then he has completed his PhD program from HBNI, Homi Baba Institute, under Park Baba Atomic Research Center, which comes directly under Department of DAE, Department of Atomic Energy, Government of India. And then Dr. Tiwari went on to pursue his postdoctoral research in the prestigious institutes in India and abroad, and particularly in Israel. And then we have Dr. Subbalakshmi, who works in the area of power systems, and she is graduated from the IIT Guwahati Institute. And then we have Dr. Upendra Reddy, again from IIT Guwahati Institute, works on the control of electric drives, by using various controller strategies. And then we have Dr. Lokesh Gupta, again working on a similar field of what Dr. Lakshmi has been working upon. So he works on smart grid and related technologies. And of course, we have Dr. Shastri Vedula, Professor Shastri Vedula, and professor works in the field of power electronics and machines, and he has a very big name in this particular field. So as I said, the kind of laboratories that we are trying to develop with the kind of faculty profile and the caliber that we have in the department and the kind of curriculum that we have developed is what translates our intentions and the vision and mission of the university in order to give a quality education. Not only for the students, but also we want to have a very bright and enlightening career for the faculty members. Perhaps, as you said, the various awards are there. Awards are these are the reasons why one tries to achieve good in their career. So one can look forward for Young Scientist Award by the Government of India or even the other society awards, which will definitely give them recognition and the motivation to work.
Very nice, very nice. So I think audience can understand that what is the strength of electrical and electronics engineering department here at SRM University, Andhra Pradesh, and they are well capable. And even as most of the faculty members are my colleague, personally, I also know few of the faculties. For instance, I have met several times with Dr. Somesh Tiwari, and he is having very good collaboration abroad. He has completed, I think, his postdoctoral from Israel.
Israel.
Yeah, and he was associated with Bhabha Atomic Research Center. So I know few colleagues from electrical and electronics department. They are very well capable and having very good exposure. So this is just Dr. Tousif was conveying the strength and capability of electrical and electronics department at SRM University.
Also, Dr. Pandey, I would like to put forward this particular aspect as well. For example, in electrical, the discipline name is electrical and electronics engineering. So as you can very well see, there is an electronics component as well. So the motive here is in SRM-AP, if a student has to learn a certain subjects of electronics, let us say signals and systems or communication engineering. So these subjects will be taught by the researchers and who are working in these fields. So what I'm trying to say is a person who has undertaken BTech in EEE will get to learn from a faculty member of physics department for the solid state physics. Will get to learn mathematics, maybe single or multivariable calculus from a mathematics specialist, and similarly in electronics disciplines, maybe signals and BLIC or embedded systems from the electronics faculty. And not to forget, the very well talked about computer science engineering faculty members will be teaching Python, data structures, data science, or IoT. This kind of courses. So it is a versatile discipline where at least 4 to 5 domains are involved, and students will get a very strong foundation. Because in order to be in EEE, a student will have a very strong foundation in mathematics, physics, electronics, communication, computer science, and also in mechanical engineering. And last but not the least, electrical engineering.
Yes. So, are you able to listen me, Dr. Tousif?
Yes, I'm able to listen to you.
Yeah.
If I may add another point, so regarding the invited lectures, we have this practice in the university. So where sometimes many a times we invite reputed scholars, academicians, and industrialists to the university, specific to the department. Give the students an opportunity to interact directly with the industrialist and this well-acclaimed personalities, so that they get encouraged. So a couple of examples and couple of invited lectures that we have held in the past is one of Professor Pamidi. Now, Professor Pamidi he is a senior professor in Florida Institute of Technology uh, in USA, and he works again in the area of high voltage engineering and insulations, superconductivity, and so on. So similarly, we had another invited lecture from Professor Radhakant Padi. He is a professor in aerospace department of Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, wherein Professor Padi shared his experiences with respect to Chandrayaan. So recently, there was a Chandrayaan attempt, Luna Chandrayaan attempt was there, and he is a person also associated with DRDO in helping them implement some of their projects. And again, we had Dr. Praveen Kumar, who works exclusively in the electric vehicle area. And then we had Mr. Ben Lewis. Again, he owns his very well-known company called as Ben Electricals, which manufactures DC motors, DC generators, induction motors, synchronous generators, and so on and so forth. So we try to give this comprehensive exposure, not only to benefit the students, but also to benefit the faculty, so that they can collaborate, they can work. Some of the industry problems and challenges can be picked up by the faculty members, and they can very well give their best. And if they succeed, it helps both the faculty member as well as the industry. And if it is really fortunate enough, it comes to the reality, and the people gets benefited at the end. So that's how the research evolves.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Tousif, for conveying this information. And as you mentioned about the invited lecture, we as a Electronics and Communication Engineering department are also running right now a webinar series where recently, like few days back, we conducted artificial intelligence toward 5G systems, and in the next week we are also going to organize a webinar on artificial intelligence towards healthcare systems. So
Very nice.
as you were telling the strength of SRM University here in Andhra Pradesh. So the students and all the outside colleagues who are not right now associated with SRM University, they can understand that each and individual department of SRM University is well capable, and they are having very good strength of research capability. And even we are collaborating from abroad. We are making a good collaborations with IITs and IISCs, and regularly we are inviting big persons from the big organizations for sharing their thoughts and work process, and we are collaborating with them for the towards the
Very nice, very nice. So, Dr. Pandey,
yes.
as you're also aware, many of the faculty members in the electronics department, they have, projects and projects from the Department of Science and Technology or the other agencies, which definitely motivate the faculty members. So on the similar lines, the faculty members of EEE are also involved in some of the, distinguished projects. So to make a mention of the few, for instance, I was a part of this ambitious project that we initiated along with the Indian Railways. So as you're all well aware that hydrogen fuel cell fed, locomotive, passenger locomotive was an initiative which was taken up by SRM University Amravati along with SRM IST Chennai with the integral coach factory in Chennai. So we approached ICF Chennai, and then we convinced that this is the need of the hour, and also there has to be a paradigm shift in the way we power the train locomotive. And then after a series of meetings, we signed a memorandum of understanding with the managing director of ICF Chennai, and then we started working on this project. And in continuation with the same, we have recently submitted an expression of interest to the Indian Railways in the month of January, and then we are looking forward for the reply. So similarly, we have another ongoing project in the department that is, of course, an interdisciplinary project in association with Amaraja Batteries Limited. So Amaron is a leading, product when it comes to powering the four-wheelers and other vehicles. So Amaraja Battery is the company which manufactures Amaron batteries. So in association with Amaraja Batteries Limited, some of the faculty members of electrical, electronics, physics, and chemistry, and also mechanical department are working towards development of fast charging battery electrode material, and also to look for battery electrode material beyond lithium, because lithium might get exhausted in certain years. We have to look forward for a material which can compensate the lithium, not only compensate the lithium, but also it has to be much more efficient than what we have the technology right now. So I'm involved in thermal runaway testing along with Dr. Safraz of Mechanical Engineering Department. So we are looking forward for coming up with a suitable product which can be used by the industry positively.
Very nice, very nice. So I hope that this hydrogen fuel cell based passenger locomotive train project, you are also involved, and Amaraja Center for Battery Storage for developing battery technologies beyond lithium ion and its thermal runaway testing is also,
Right.
you are also collaborated with that particular project, right?
Sure. Yes, sir. So in lieu of this, we can involve students. So that is the beauty.
Yeah.
The beauty of studying perhaps in a research-based university is to get associated with such projects, which does, it does not merely matter the limelight. What matters is the thrilling experience. It is about the responsibility of the work that you take up. you know no matter how big or how small your contribution is, but look at the kind of projects that we are working upon. So with Indian Railways, if you are attempting to develop an hydrogen fuel cell based locomotive, then it comes with a huge sense of responsibility and commitment. So this is what we are trying to instill among the students as well. So apart from the technical capabilities, we also want them to learn the importance of meeting the deadlines and meeting the safety issues, and also definitely to come up with a very well, productive design.
Very nice, very nice. So I hope that our audience are getting pretty much information related to this research project which is going on here in SRM University also, along with the information related to APJ Abdul Kalam Travel Award. So now, thank you very much, Dr. Tousif, for these clarification of these queries. Now, I would like to ask our audience to proceed with their questions to Dr. Tousif for their doubts, if they are having any.
Sure.
So, audience.
Thank you, Pandit sir. To start with, Tousif sir, congratulations once again.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so
I
much.
have a couple of questions, if I may ask you. The first question is on behalf of the students. I'm asking this on behalf of the students. Yes, of course, internet is there. We do a lot of browsing. We get to know a lot of information. But then how exactly should a person approach for prestigious awards like this? How do we get to know, okay, there are awards like this and this is how we are supposed to apply for it?
Yes, madam. One such example, if I can give, is let us say a student of BTech in electronics engineering. As Dr. Pandey also said, he works in the field of signals and systems. So within the field of electronics engineering, we have sub-chapters. Let us say IEEE. IEEE is a world-renowned research publishing firm. So within IEEE domain, we have IEEE chapter for signals and systems. IEEE, we have a chapter for communication engineering. We have a chapter for control engineering, and then we have a chapter for maybe other type of domains. So what I'm saying is, a student who is working in a certain project, he has to identify under which discipline or the domain the project is going to more or less fall, and then he can look forward for an acknowledgement, maybe in the form of the awards or the medal, or maybe in the form of the competition, or through which you may get a certificate from such leading societies. So as I said, when you compete, you enhance your capabilities, you enhance your skills, and these skills are going to you may get the award or you may not get the award. But the skills that you are going to develop is going to be with you forever. So this is what is my sincere suggestion to the students. So please compete, please take part in such competitions, be it academic, be it research, be it anything else. So when you compete, you make yourself stronger and stronger.
Makes sense, definitely makes sense. The next question to you, sir, is how did SRM University AP support you in getting this award? And basically, how does the university support all those people who are into research?
Thank you again so much, madam, for giving this opportunity. So any accomplishment by the faculty member or by the student is incomplete without the support of its leadership. So I had a tremendous support from the leadership of SRM University AP. Then with the support and the kind of facilities the university provided and the kind of resources the university provided has led to this achievement. So not to forget the encouragement and the support from Pro Vice Chancellor sir, or Vice Chancellor sir, or even Registrar sir. In every university, perhaps this is the kind of leadership that we have. So without their support, such achievements are really, really difficult. And I'm really fortunate to have such guidance and mentors in the university, uh, by which I was able to succeed in getting this achievement.
Thank you so much. Thank you. My questions are done. Students, feel free to ask questions. relating to the award, or if you have any doubts as to how to approach. You can unmute yourself and ask, or else you can even type in the chat box, which will be read out to sir. Anyone? I guess they're all awestruck. All right, I think none of them have the questions. So we are at the fag end. I'd like to thank once again formally for coming onto the show today to share your experience of the award and about your department. Wishing you all the very best for having a bigger crowd this year in AAA department. And may you be blessed with many laurels in your life. And may you come to this Newsmakers once again to give us a session like this.
Yes,
and
so now again, I would like to thank everyone for attending today's session. And I thank Dr. Tousif for sharing his valuable experience with us. And
thank you so much. Thank you so much,
this,
Madam Devati and Dr. Pandey.
Yeah. So with this, we would like to end the session where we explained several ideas shared by Dr. Tousif. And thank you, everyone. And thank you, Revati Madam.
not to forget,
thank you,
sir, Umji sir.
Yes.
Wouldn't have been possible
lot
without
of thanks to Dr. Pandey.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you once again. We'll end the session.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, one and all.